Toddlers are those who are 12 to 24 months old. Milestones of toddlers. 13 to 18 months is known as the walker stage. At this stage, what babies do? They take several independent steps and they can walk alone. They put pebbles and small objects in a container. They can name and identify objects and pictures in a book. They show interest in toys. And as a parents, what you should do? You should provide push toys for them to learn walking. You should provide toys for them to play. And you should ask them to identify the objects. You should provide safe and loving environment. Next, 18 to 24 months is known as the due stage. At this stage, what babies do? They walk steadily. They imitate household chores. They name one or more body parts correctly. Next, what as a parents you should do at this stage? You should provide opportunities for them to walk, run, climb safely. You should be patient even if they make a mess. You should read the stories aloud to them. You should include them in household tasks and you should praise them for being a good helper. Nutritional needs of toddlers. Important nutrients. Almost all healthy toddlers get enough protein, fats, carbohydrates. The nutrients are the most likely to be low in toddlers' diet or calcium and iron. You should provide calcium and iron-rich food to the toddlers. And while providing iron-rich food, give vitamin C-rich food also to them because vitamin C increases the iron absorption.
How to feed the toddlers. Avoid battles over food and meals. Provide a regular food and snacks. Be flexible with the food acceptance as toddlers are always reluctant to try new things. If your toddler is not accepting the food, just don't make a big deal out of it. Try them next few days and be conscious about the portion size. It should be only the 1/4 the portion size of the adults. What is PEM? PEM is protein energy malnutrition disorder. It is fatal and it occurs mostly in children, which causes death in the developing countries. Marasmus is a severe malnutrition disorder. It occurs in anyone who has malnutrition, but predominantly it occurs in the children. Weight is severely reduced, less than 60%. It is different from kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor is a disease where protein is deficient and adequate energy is met. Whereas in marasmus, energy is also deficient and including all forms and protein is also deficient. And the term marasmus and kwashiorkor together called as marasmic kwashiorkor. And the main symptoms of marasmus are the loss of muscle mass and loss of subcutaneous fat mass. Let us know the signs and symptoms of marasmus. Marasmus affected children are shrunken, loss of muscle mass and loss of subcutaneous fat mass, and they have unusual body temperature, dry skin, dehydration, they are anemic, and they also have brittle hair. And the children are found to be little short-tempered and irritable. Now let us know the causes of marasmus. Marasmus is caused by maternal malnutrition, maternal anemia, poverty, pathological conditions like diarrhea, pneumonia, meningitis, malaria. Marasmus can be treated with skim milk with boiled water. Once the child tolerates the milk, we can go for a vegetable mix which includes sesame, casein and sugar. The marasmus is prone to infections, so we can give antibiotics and medications. And balanced diet should be given for their nutritional needs.
Kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor is a severe form of protein energy malnutrition. It occurs mainly because of insufficient of protein and calorie intake. It is seen mostly in children. Let's see the signs and symptoms of kwashiorkor. First, edema. Edema means swelling of ankles and feet. Distended abdomen. Loss of teeth. Thinning of hair. Skin depigmentation. Dermatitis and anorexia. These are the signs and symptoms of kwashiorkor. Prevention of kwashiorkor. In order to avoid the refeeding syndrome, the person must be given small amount of food for every 2 to 3 hours. During week 1, a diet high in sugar, carbohydrates and with little amount of protein should be given. And to avoid immunodeficiency, antibiotics should be given. Next, after 2 to 3 weeks, milk should be replaced by boiled cereals fortified with vitamins and minerals. These diets should be given until the person's mass is about 80% of normal weight. Treatment for kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor can be treated by eating more proteins and cereals overall. First, we have to give calories in the form of carbohydrates, sugar, and fat. Then only we have to give protein-rich foods. Once the calories provide energy, then only we have to give protein-rich foods. Then, in the treatment of severe cases, 2 high-protein diets should be given. One based on plant protein, another based on animal proteins.